The build-up to next year's Midmar Mile began this past week with the PinkDrive Swimathon in Pietermaritzburg. One of the stars of the event was two-time Olympian Michelle Weber, who recently set the quickest time by a South African woman by crossing the English Channel in 10 hours and 21 minutes. She joins us now. Very good evening and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. So it's going to be just 3 more months before the actual Midmar Mile takes place. How did the Swimathon go on Friday night?
Oh, it was incredible. It was amazing to see how many schools and people just came together to support the PinkDrive. It's such a worthy charity, and it was amazing to just be amongst all these incredible people. And yeah, I just love being back in my hometown. It's I grew up in Durban and I raced Midmar Mile a lot when I was younger. It was one of my first open water events. So I'm currently based in Cape Town and I've been here for about 5 years now. So it's just so great to be back home.
Can you tell us what the Swimathon entailed?
So the Swimathon was to raise charity and it was to raise money and awareness for the PinkDrive. The PinkDrive has been partnering with the Midmar Mile for the last 10 years, and this year was the 10th anniversary. So everyone joined up at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they did it in 30-minute slots where a relay of 4 people would swim for an entire 30 minutes. And this went on the entire day up until 7 o'clock that evening. So it was a really cool event. Everyone dressed up. There were a lot of parents there. There were a lot of kids there swimming with their parents, and family relays and school relays and club relays. So, yeah, that was the Swimathon.
And it's also a cause that's very close to your heart.
Yes, it is. It was, my mom passed away from breast cancer just over 2 years ago. So it was really, it's always tricky to sort of join up with something like that. But I just felt, it was such a big part of my life and my mom's life. And, you always just want to sort of give back and just know that to all the people struggling with this and trying to fight the disease and the families that are going through it, just know that we love you and that we're with you.
It has been quite an emotional last couple of months, because I read on your blog page that you never really wanted to dedicate a swim to your mom, but the English Channel swim was just the appropriate one. You felt that it was the right one and it was big enough to actually dedicate to your mom, and that just happened in September. Do you want to tell us how the last 3 months have been going for you personally?
Since September, yes, it was difficult to dedicate a swim. I never thought I would dedicate a swim to my mother because she was such an incredible role model to me. And just when she passed away, I know a lot of people do something like that, and I just never thought I could. But only after the channel was finished and I was on my way back home and I was writing the blog that I realized that the last 2 years and leading up to the swim was actually all for her. So I love you, Mom. But since channel, I took a bit of a break. Been working really hard with coaching and doing motivational speaking. But yeah, I'm back in the pool now, and I'm training again. So getting ready for Midmar Mile, and we have World Champs next year. So that's a biggie, and then hopefully Paris Olympics in 2024.
It's the 50th anniversary. They've targeted 5 million rand that they're aiming at making. But the response that you saw on Friday night for the Swimathon, do you think that's an achievable target for the Midmar Mile next year?
Yeah, I think so. I think that they can do it. A lot of people are keen to get back into events again. The Midmar Mile hasn't taken place properly since COVID, and next year is the first big year. So if anyone's in Durban or throughout South Africa, you want to join the Midmar Mile, then yeah, a good swim to swim, and always so great to do something for a cause. So I think they would do it.
And you'll be going for a 3rd senior women's title, is that right?
Yes, hopefully. Yeah, it would be my 3rd senior. I've won 2 juniors, so yeah, fingers crossed that I can get a 3rd one.
How important is this for your preparation, or how does it play into your kind of training regime as an Olympian?
It's important. Yeah, it's a big swim for me. Like I said, I've done it since I was very young. It's a very fast swim because we swim in one straight line. There's no turn buoys, so training for a 10 kilometer, you need that sort of speed. So it's sort of like swimming a 1500 in the pool, except it's completely straight. So I love doing this event just to see how fast I am and if I can still sprint. And I think just racing as many open water events you can gain so much experience. It's not like swimming in a pool. Open water has various environments. Like the channel was a completely different swims when you were faced with currents and tides and swells and cold water. Then you could get to Olympics and the water could be extremely hot and the course could be set up completely different. And then, Midmar Mile is also just one of those swims that you have to race open water swimming as much as you can to gain experience and to become better. So always on the calendar, and I'm excited to race next year.
Michelle Weber, two-time Olympian, thank you so much for chatting to us here on Newzroom Afrika. Congratulations on your recent English Channel swim and for being behind the Swimathon, raising money for a very important cause.